Hello and namaste to everyone. This is my new YouTube channel. If you like my work, then please do like and subscribe and do follow for more. Previous episode, Pia came to the G house where there is Chiang and Sathit also over there, and PCQ was also there. Pia came there because it's an anniversary of Piak and Chiang, but Chiang doesn't remember, so the Piak threw the ring over him and said that I'm getting over with you because you are choose to be with G rather than me. Then Chiang said that it's good like this. In the same time, she got out from theirs, and Piak is devastated and cry with the Sathit, and Chiang is also crying over there sitting on the floors, and it's just good for that. And in the same time, G explained that you need to go after her and sort it out because there is nothing with there. In the same time, Chiang also said you love Sathit, and the next scene shift to Piak at Sathit house, and she said that I hate Chiang's. Why do she choose G over me? Who will take the responsibility of the child, and so on like that. In the same time, the scene shift to the Sathit, who is the G stepfathers. Then he decided that to set a plan for the Mr. Lawyer to get killed. In the same time, the G's mother also saw that with one of the persons. Then the next scene shift to the Piak, and the Sathit is just having a wonderful conversations about the what type of food do you want to eat, Piak, and so that don't worry, this evening our uncle will bring you some piece of cakes or whatever you like. In the same time, the video clips of the Chiang and Sathit got viral, and Chiang said that whoever did this will be punished, and I will find that culprit and punish them. Then the next scene shift to the G's mothers and one of the persons, and G's mother said that bring back all those documents and evidence to me. Then the next scene shift to the Jane, who received all those evidence against the Thunsita, who is given by the Ying mothers of the G. Then the same time is the scene shift to the Sathit, who is just going to get the evidence, but the evidence is already at the office because Ying decided to expose her husband. Then the Sathit said that it could be some kind of the misbehave or the mistreat or something like that, because we should not believe the other persons like the Ying. But the Ying said that if you never believe me, then you are going to die. Then even your own husband can be betrayed, then also you are helping me, and so on like that. And the same time, Sathit went to the telephone booth where there is a phone was ringing. That is none other than the G is just receiving a phone interview from somewhere. In the same times, the Jane also came there. Then the G is just receiving the call of the phone interview, and Sathit said that it seems like they give you the wrong numbers. I am here. In the same time, so one of the truck is just out of control of nowhere came over there and hit the telephone booth along with the Sathit. Sathit was hit so badly that he gone to the coma or something like that. That scene is all heard by the G, and the G is just couldn't say anything and say that what happens, what wrongs. But G is just continuously calling that numbers. In the same times, another number called, and that is none other than the G's stepfather. Have you said goodbye to your lovers? He slept with you, so I took them into the heavens. Now you and your mother betrayed me, so the next one is you. Then the next scene shift to the Sathit friend, who is the police moves and said that something is happened to the Thit. He is going to the coma. If you want to see him, then come to the hospital. Then the same G is crying desperately and said that he is getting revenge on the Sathit, and Pisiki was also crying. Then the news about the Sathit accident is all over the social media, which is heard by the Piak, and Piak was just standing over there taking a glass but couldn't do anything. In the same time, the Chiang also heard the news about the Sathit, and at the hospital Sathit, we can see that he is badly injured. In the same times, all of them gathered over there. In the same time, the Piako is also came. Is that not enough for you, Ji? You took my husband, you took the Sathit girlfriend, now you took the speed too. You wanna kill my brother too. You will remember that I will charge you to your stepfathers, and I'll charge you for everything and put you into the bars. And then the G said, that's sorry, I causes too much suffering to your father. I'm so sorry. In the same time, the scene shift to the G's mothers, who is just getting the news, and G is also thinking that was the work of the G's mothers. In the same times, a car came over there. Then some persons drag the G into the car, get in the car and go. And the phone was not hung up. That scene is all heard by the G's mother. Then the G's stepfather said that, you think you will betray me? Come to your daughters or I will just kill your daughter, or something like that. Before the killing, Thunsikita wants to rape G. How you will become my mistress now? Then the G say that mom will never bring the evidence to you. My life isn't worth that much to my mother's because she doesn't love me. In the same time, the Ying came to the house with the full of race, and she came over there, and her stepfather said that, see, your mother loves you a lot. She came so fast. And in the same times, you think that I will let you anything to my mother. Then they are just going to hide, and the same time saying hurry up and came to the upstairs. In the same times, the one of the bad mate grabbed her and said that it's my turn. And the same times, her stepfather is also grabbed her and said that no one can help you. Then she saw a vase and she broke up that. In the same times, the bad mistress also are fighting with moms, and her stepfather, and G is also fighting that I won't let you kill anyone who I love. You already killed my mother, Sathit, and you are going to destroy my life, and so on like that. They are just discussing, but G heard something, and she just distract, and the same time Tanzita grab some things to kill the G, and in the same time the scene shift to the Ying, so he just killed the bad mate through the vast, and again she threatened the security or something like that with something. G is also struggling to get out from her stepfather, but couldn't because he's a man, and he's just going to shoot G and say that goodbye like that. In the same time, the gunshot is heard from the back. That is none other than the Ying is just killing her husband by her own hand, and said that don't be afraid, he cannot do anything to you, don't be afraid, that the Ying said. And now I am willing to sacrifice my futures, so you go, hurry up, get out from here before someone will come or police will comes. In the same time, Ji hugged her mother and said that, but I cannot go anywhere, I just want you, not a fame or money, I just want you. The most this thing is so much saddest part in this entire drama. Okay, then let's get into it. Then the G said that don't chase me away like others, I have nowhere to go, please don't chase me. In the same times, back to the hospital, and the Sathit is just lying on the bed, and he was totally unconscious, and that the CG is came to see our mother to be in a handcuff and giving the statement about the crime. She was just watching silently, doing nothing, because her mother said that to sacrifice her futures to save G's reputation's life and so on like that. And the same time, the scene shift to the G came to the Sathi to meet about his conditions, but he was just lying over there unconsciously. In the same time, Sathit gained the conscious, and he was just talking something like that. And the same time, I cannot feel my leg. Is my leg is just broken, or I'm being disabled or something like that. He was just saying that doctor. In the same times, the dream awake. That is just a dream, thank God. Then again, Ji was crying by hugging with Dao, and said that it was a terrible nightmare. In the same time, the Jin was there and in the hospital, and she heard the news about the Ji's mother and the stepfathers, and the murder or the kill that is being happens, and she think that the karma is still awake or exist. In the same time, the scene shift to the G's mother, who is had the custody of the police, and G came to visit there, said no need to be say that I will say that you are trying to save me. It's not fair that you will leave me. I finally find you, my mother. Please do not do that. Then the mother said that I will willingly sacrifice my life if the investigation is going on. Then they will know your origin, and they will know your past too. I will never let them go. In the same time, the scene shift to the bankrupt that is happened in the G's industry or the company, and in the same time, the G never left her mother alone, and she just holding her hand and getting out from the reporters. Then the next scene shift to the G the sitting scenes where the G is dancing. In the same time, she got fainted, and Chiang hold her and take her to the hospital. Then the next scene shift to the hospitals, where the doctor came that I again became fainted. Is there any seriousness, doctors? Then the doctor said that your body is going through the important phase of the pregnancy, so I will prescribe you a folic acid that will help you to build up your brain and the cells, and it is very important for the pregnancy. Then the same time, the Chiang came and said that why what did the doctor say? Then the G lied and said that I worked so hard, so I became fainted. In the same time, the Piak also came for the regular checkup because she was also pregnant. And then the Chiang came there and asked pharmacist that what is this drug for. Then the pharmacist said that it is not a vitamins, it is a folic acid, which is helpful for the pregnancy, for the baby and the healthy pregnancy. It is very important. Piak is just listening from theirs, and that the nurse said that it is important to take for the every 3 months and so on like that. And Piak was said that is G pregnant with the Chiang, and she is feeling so desperate that that the Chiang doesn't choose me and the baby, but rather than to choose the G. And in the same time, the scene shift to the Teeth, who is just lying over the bed because he was unconscious, and but the Chiang knew that this baby of the G is from the Sathit, because they are having so much romantic scene. And the Chiang said that, hey, wake up, you are the one who destroyed the others life too. You should take the responsibility of your baby, and because of your actions G will lose her future. In the same time, the Pia came there, and she was just crying and said that I'm hurt. So Sathit, please woke up and hug me. In the same times the miracles happens, and the Sathit woke up, and he started to move his hand and started to hug Piak, and Piak was so happy and said that Sathit, you are awake. In the same time, the Jane came over there and said that Sathit, you are awake. And Sathit said that my leg, I cannot feel anything, I cannot move. Why it is like this? Then the Biak said that your leg can be recovered. Don't worry, it is just need time to fully recover them. In the same time, G also heard the news that the Sathit is awake, and she was silently looking at the Sathit conditions. That scene was seen by the Tuvi's mothers, who just came to visit the Sathit, but she didn't react or just hide over there. At the same time, the TV mother said that, are you again willing to take the revenge on the G's family? You survived, isn't that enough? Why you are only seek a vengeance? Start your new life. I want you to start your new life and just open up your heart. G is coming here to visit you, because to know you, she think that you will blame her with your conditions. Is that enough for you? She is not. She is a good person like you. She was very worried about you. Even she is at the same hospital, and she was sick. She came to visit you. Just you don't know how guilty she feels, but I will just want you to open up your heart and feel and start your new life. Then the next scene shift to the court, where the Piakis came over there to divorce the Chiangs, and the Chiang was just looking at the Piak, and the one of the officers said that, I really want to divorce. Then the Piak said it, yes, where do I sign? Then the Piak and the Chiang remember all those, the happy moment and the proposals, marries and all that, like that stuff. And the Chiang was just looking at her, but the Piak didn't show any response. Then they sign. Follow for more.